Hello and welcome to the News by Standards. Some families in Northern Ireland are on the edge of placing their children into care due to lack of respite services, a children's rights lawyer has said. Respite care is provided by the Health Trust for the parents of children with additional needs. It allows parents or carers to take a break from caring and have their children looked after overnight. Short-term services have been reduced, the Trust have confirmed. This is because facilities are being repurposed to provide emergency care to children who cannot live at home or cannot be cared for in the family type arrangement. Staffing and recruitment is also an issue. None of the trusts have returned to pre-pandemic levels of service. Roisin and Brendan Mackin's 12-year-old daughter, Maisie, is autistic and has a learning disability. At school, Maisie has 2 care assistants to help look after her during the day. At her home in Berwick, County Tyrone, it is Maisie's parents who take care of her. In the summer months, it is a 24-hour-a-day job, 7 days a week. Maisie has never received any respite care from the Western Trust, according to her mother. She doesn't sleep, she's awake all through the summer holidays, says Mrs. McCain. She does try to climb out of the windows, she'll flood the bathroom, she'll run a bath, she'll try to turn on the cooker. It's 24/7. She said she was burnt out due to the lack of sleep. She said the situation was taking a toll on her other 3 daughters. I feel like I neglect the other 3 children. They don't get the attention they deserve. They all have needs in their own right, but I feel I can't do anything for them. I am so focused on Maisie. The Western Trust acknowledged that its respite services were under intense pressure. This is largely due to the need to provide medium to long-term residential care for a number of children whose placements have been broken down, it said. The Trust very much recognises the stress and strain the current situation places on families and is committed to resolving this issue at the earliest opportunity. Eamon McNally, a mental health solicitor at the Children's Law Centre, said families were on their knees because of the lack of respite services. Families don't have respite, they don't have other services available to them, they don't have help with the community, they are relying on friends and families. Parents love their children, they want their children at home with them, but some young people are on the edge of care. Sherelle Stewart, National Autistic Society Northern Ireland Director, said the lack of respite care meant an increase in the number of families who could not cope. Ms. Stewart said that when a facility is repurposed to accommodate a young person in need of longer-term care, that facility becomes a home for that individual. It means it is then closed to respite for anyone other than that individual. When respite services are unavailable, the Trust can give direct payments to families to arrange their own carers. Mr. McNally said families were unable to get the staff to look after their children. If they do, they could not retain them, he added. While on paper it might look like there is a resource there for the family, the reality is they cannot get the help using the direct payments. Ms. Mackin said she needed 2 people to work with Maisie and that recruitment was near impossible. She said nobody wants to work with Maisie. Any agency staff that come out never come back, she said. Maisie is just too challenging. In terms of the various trusts that were mentioned, the Western Trust has 2 facilities that provide respite care for children called Avalon House and Rosebud Cottage. Both are currently closed. The South Eastern Trust has half the number of beds it had available for respite prior to the pandemic. One of its 2 facilities have been repurposed to provide longer-term care. The Northern Trust Whitehaven facility has been closed for respite for the month of June due to a young person being admitted for an emergency placement. In the Belfast Trust, one of the 2 facilities being used for respite is closed for refurbishment, and the Southern Trust said it had not returned to pre-pandemic levels of respite availability.